Did the Invictus Games set the bar too high for Prince Harry to succeed outside of the royal family? And we've got to talk about Ashton Kutcher. I'm Kinsey Schofield, and these are my LA Diaries. Congratulations! The 2023 Invictus Games are looking like a home run for Prince Harry. Invictus is a phenomenal cause. It looks larger than life and could very well become Prince Harry's legacy. But here's why I believe the Invictus Games is a double-edged sword for the Sussex brand. The Invictus Games, which originated under the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Prince Harry in partnership with the Ministry of Defense in 2014, was inspired by America's Warrior Games. The event has been a huge hit ever since. It used to be attended by American political powerhouses like former President Barack Obama and current President Joe Biden, with obvious support from the royal family. It could not fail. Invictus represents perseverance, strength, solidarity, bravery, even patriotism. So how could something that reflects such positivity be considered a double-edged sword for the Sussex brand? Because it set the bar too high. I believe that some of the current brands and businesses that quickly align themselves with Prince Harry and Meghan believed that Invictus was a reflection of them, without recognizing that Harry might just be the ideas guy who requires a lot of additional manpower to actually execute. Or they thought that they were signing on to work with the Duke and Duchess of Determination, not the Prince and Princess of Pettyville. Nothing that Harry and Meghan have done since stepping down as senior members of the British royal family even begins to compete with the work of the Invictus Games, which I will remind you yet again had a template or an action plan that was developed by outsiders, had an incredible reputation that the Palace/Royal Foundation helped to establish. Meghan podcasting with Paris Hilton, Harry sharing family drama in a tell-all. These projects are vapid and shallow compared to the work that goes into the Invictus Games. I think the Sussex brand is failing because they have strayed so far away from the images that the palace carefully crafted of these two individuals. And Harry and Meghan purposely painted that narrative that they were becoming too big for the royal family, that the royal family was holding them back. There was jealousy. I mean, well, if that's the case, and you're the guy that created Invictus Games, wow, what could you be capable of away from the prison walls, also known as Frogmore Cottage? Then you let Meghan loose, and she's over here talking about palm trees holding hands in the backyard. I'm not even sure that any sort of success with Meet Me at the Lake would salvage the damage done over the last 3 years. In fact, if I were them, I would have secretly produced the film and not taken any credit for it until it was statistically or critically a huge success. Because there are people who will boycott the film solely due to their association. But H&M didn't like that Netflix is next narrative after Spotify gave them the boot, so had to leak their next move. High five to Prince Harry over the success of the Invictus Games. Now try to keep it up, because everything you've attempted to execute without the help of the institution has been detrimental to you professionally. Now, can we talk about this PR war between the Sussexes and the Waleses? Are you watching this ping pong game? Meghan arrives in Germany. Kate shows up to the pokey with a new haircut and a bandage on her fingers. 2 points for Kate. Harry and Meghan sing and dance to Sweet Caroline. Who cares? Prince William is wearing a hard hat. Thursday is Prince Harry's birthday, so Prince William will probably save a kitten from a tree. I'm getting dizzy with all the royal news coming up, and the battle continues next week as Prince William returns to the United States to unveil the 15 finalists for this year's Earthshot Prize Awards in NYC. The one question off limits? Please don't ask him about his brother. According to the Sunday Times, Prince William has banned any mention of Prince Harry ahead of his New York trip and will instead focus on branding himself as the future king. A source tells the publication this trip is part of his evolution as a global statesman, which is incredibly important, especially since becoming Prince of Wales. He and his courtiers have been thinking about how to manage that transition from Duke of Cambridge to the next king. Are you excited to see the future king stateside? Let me know in the comments. Back in LA, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are feeling the heat, and it's not just the California sunshine. Last week, TalkTV's own Sharon Osbourne made headlines when she admitted that Ashton Kutcher was probably the rudest celebrity she'd ever met. Okay, one bad headline, not the end of the world, until it was revealed that Ashton and Mila's former co-star Danny Masterson had been sentenced to 30 years to life for 2 sexual assaults, and both Ashton and Mila wrote letters of support to Danny to the judge to try to encourage leniency in his sentencing. Mila's letter referred to Danny as an outstanding role model and friend, and an exceptional older brother figure, while Ashton described his former That 70s Show co-star as a man who treated people with decency, equality, and generosity. The internet was not having it, and the two broke down and recorded one of those awful apology videos, which did not help their case. It was 58 seconds of, well, disdain over the situation, which basically translated to, "We didn't know that these letters would be made public," while promising to continue to fight for victims. Since then, there's been a storm of negative headlines around Ashton and his past behavior, and Sharon Osbourne is just here to tell you, I told you so. Do you think Ashton and Mila were right to apologize? Let me know in the comments.